so funny.
I'm trying to think of some things. We had this pole in the basement in our old house.
Just saying that.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
It's a support beam.
Welcome back to Twin Talk. I'm Sapphira. This is my twin, Felicity. We are twins.
We're twins.
And this is our podcast.
Twins.
Tonight we're doing a little bit of a fun episode, just because we want to keep it light and fluffy, and we'll get back to all the serious and more in-depth topics as we go. But just wanted to do something fun, so here we go. Let's go.
Things.
Hopefully these are funny. We'll just see.
Hopefully
as it
we
goes.
laugh, because otherwise this whole episode will be.
It'll be a waste.
It'll be a dud.
So we'll see. Hopefully you find one thing funny, because that's a win. Okay, here we go. Things that shouldn't be funny, but are. People hanging on. This was from personal experience. People hanging on to handles in public buses and then being jerked aggressively. Because those handles that hang on that are like wrapped around your wrist that have no grip whatsoever and they're not secured to anything.
Yeah.
So the bus starts and
Except
stops
just the
so
rail on the
aggressively.
top, so they even move.
Yeah,
a
they
little
slide.
bit. Yeah.
So that happening. It shouldn't be funny, but it is funny because people get tossed like rag dolls across the aisle. That, and we have really aggressive winters. So when we were taking the public bus in high school, it was slippery. The walkway was slippery when people would get on. So if you weren't hanging on when the bus was going, you would slip and biff it into people.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
I literally would have to turn around.
It was so awful.
Because obviously a bunch of people would be laughing too, but I'm just like, I want to be considerate and kind.
They have to just catch themselves, grab the handle, or they get caught on other people. It's just really funny. The sound of someone farting.
Yeah.
Always funny. Always a crowd pleaser.
Brandon's humor, where you can get him the most, to the point of tears, is potty humor.
Yeah.
And
our dad.
It is literally just the 5-year-old kid in him, where
there's something funny about a fart.
Our guilty pleasure is White Chicks.
The movie. Yeah.
The movie. And when we're low or we just don't know what to watch, we'll just be let's just watch it. It's, we know we like it. It's funny, whatever. There's a bathroom scene where he has diarrhea. And I mean, spoiler alert.
If you haven't seen the movie, it's been out for 20 years.
It is freaking hilarious. But Brandon, every single time, I just watch him. I don't even watch the movie because he is his whole body is shaking and he's and he's crying.
Yeah, he ends up crying every time.
It is so funny. And I mean, yeah, the scene is funny, but his reaction to it is funnier to me.
But it's universal. Everybody finds a fart funny. If you don't speak the same language, somebody farts, it's funny. People losing their minds over minor inconveniences. The example that came up
relatable
was why is the bag of chips only half full? That type of thing. People just overreacting to that, so that's funny. More embarrassing, people waving at someone who wasn't waving at them.
Yes.
It's funny, but it shouldn't be, because it's you just see it and you're because I've done it. I've done it so many times.
If you haven't done it,
somebody's waving in your direction and you're waving back, and then they're and you're oh, okay, yeah,
cool.
No problem.
Person behind you.
Yeah. This was not mine. This was just one that I found. Siri or Alexa responding at the worst possible moment. The example was, "Are you cheating on me?" And Siri responds with, "Here's what I found on how to hide affairs." It's ooh, personal. That's not good. Church giggles, always a classic.
Oh my gosh.
Or just quiet setting giggles.
Terrible.
Yeah.
We've experienced that multiple times.
So many times in our life.
And especially with our dad, because our dad's the goofy one out of our parents and stuff. But our
mom participates in that as well. But dad,
she's not
way more
so uptight or anything. But our dad and us, once we get the giggles, it is bad.
Well,
It doesn't stop.
Remember when Vine was the thing and we would just watch those 6-second videos all together,
and
we would save them so that we could show them to Dad later, and we would spend hours just watching them with Dad, and we'd all be crying on the couch, and Mom's just watching us like,
it was,
what are you guys
that
doing?
Was her enjoyment was watching us all be crying about these silly videos.
When you say you too at the wrong time, like when you get your coffee from Starbucks or food, and they say, "Oh, I hope you enjoy it," and you're like, "You too." Oh, no, you're not gonna enjoy
I'm
it.
an idiot.
So,
which we've also all done.
All done.
You can admit that.
Don't lie.
Every single one of us has done that.
When your voice cracks at a not so ideal time, like being emotional or sharing something vulnerable, or you're just trying to be stern or serious, and your voice cracks. When you say I love you after you hang up the phone and it wasn't someone that you actually love. Our dad has done that with the pizza guy.
Yeah. I don't know if I've done that.
I think I've done it. I think I've done it once.
I can't remember a time. I know that Brandon's done that to one of his employees way back in the day. But I don't think I've done that. Because I remember when he did it and he was like,
You're just shocked that it's come out of your mouth.
Well, I was like, who are you talking to? And he's like, a guy from work. I'm like, oh well. It's not that big of a deal.
No,
they laugh it off. So funny.
But yes, our dad has done that to the pizza guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I just said I love you to the pizza guy that I ordered pizza from. I was like, okay.
It's not a bad thing to tell someone you love them.
Ah, maybe they haven't heard it that day.
Yeah.
It's nice. Okay. Weirdest things people have Googled. Can you milk a pigeon? That was Googled.
Yeah, again, these are not our Googles.
These are just
searches.
people in general.
Just internet
I don't
facts.
need to know this stuff. Do fish get thirsty?
Interesting.
Do they?
I would vote no.
I would say no because they're literally covered in water every day of their life. Is it illegal to name your baby Batman?
Valid question.
I don't know.
I think
there's some rules in some countries about certain names, but I don't know.
I think it's just free. Like you can just do whatever you want. I think you could do
it. I think people would question you, but I think you could do it.
I was thinking of one funny thing. Your legs falling asleep at super inconvenient times. There was an instance when we did this like vacation Bible school, something or other in the summer. I don't know, with our neighbors. Do you remember?
Yeah,
David Heather's,
like vaguely.
David Heather's church.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Embarrassing times in your
VBS,
preteen life.
Vacation Bible School. It was, and I think we were like 10, 11. Like
No, we were probably 12.
12? Yeah, like we weren't. Game one.
Preteen.
Anyway, there was this cute guy there with blonde hair.
Yes.
And we both were like, ooh, like, wow.
Super cute.
I don't even remember what his name is. Call him Scott.
I think his name was Spencer.
Spencer. See, S. I had some recollection. Anyway.
Don't know his last name. Don't know where he is now.
Doesn't even matter. We have a picture of him in our photo album because we have a picture of the whole group of the VBS class.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were in a classroom sitting on the floor because there were no chairs because it was in a basement in
and
a
your
church.
Kids. Nobody needs kids don't need chairs.
I will literally this thing is just burned into my memory and I don't even know why. Maybe because I was just so embarrassed. But like I was wearing flip-flops, my legs were crossed the whole time. I don't know how long we were sitting on the ground for, but
hours.
Sapphira got up and then I was trying to get up and I couldn't put my flip-flop back on because my leg was so asleep. And I just remember standing there like, it's not working. Like, I literally grabbed my leg and I tried to
put a noodle in something and trying to get it on.
I tried to grab my leg and push my foot into the flip-flop and it would not go in. And I was like...
Yeah, that's wicked embarrassing at the time.
Because like all the kids are leaving the classroom and I'm like, I can't put my shoe on. I can't get this shoe on. I was so embarrassed.
That's so stupid.
Like, a lot of the kids had come, like they had been out already, but there was still kids like just filtering in and out because we were all switching classrooms. But I was so embarrassed and I was like, I literally can't feel my leg. Like it was dead. But yeah, that was funny. It's funny now, but it was very embarrassing as this little preteen who...
Yes, you're developing. Oh my gosh. Your emotions are developing. You're just so easily embarrassed by the simplest things.
That was so funny.
What a time to be alive.
What a time.
Okay, got on with the Google things. Why do cats knock things off tables?
Yeah, cats are
unsolved
mean.
Mystery.
Cats are mean.
Do spiders sleep?
Ugh. They probably
it's a
watch
yucky
us
thought to
sleep.
think about things. Why is my goldfish turning black?
Oh dear.
That's probably not good. How do you get revenge on a goose?
Oh god. Yeah.
Dad was bicycling to work on his bicycle, and a goose came up from behind him and was
Canadian goose.
flying beside him and was like nipping at him. And he's like, he
But it
was,
was probably like a mom.
yeah,
defending her
maybe she
babies
was
or
all
something.
territorial
Not
about
to
her
defend
eggs.
the goose.
No, but like he was pedaling for dear life, and he tells the story way funnier than me because I didn't go through it. But he's like, I punched the bird in the face because he was trying to get away from it. Because Canadian geese are mean. They terrorize you.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is just a funny story that came to my mind.
I've had the pleasure of being able to watch others' misfortune, and I just, not that I take delight in it, but it gets me. It makes me, and my kids are the same way. Like if someone falls, their instant reaction is to
just
like
happens.
laugh, and I'm like, hey, we need to like make sure that they're okay. It's like, and if it's their siblings or whatever, or like me or Brandon, like it's not a big deal.
It's fine.
But anyway, Sapphira, on the
Thank
other
you.
hand, she we were in high school and we were catching the bus. I'll see if I can do it without laughing because I usually end up crying telling this story.
I think you'll be fine.
I think I'll be okay because I've told it lots of times, but like it's still
You're
just,
probably like 15.
it's gold. And so yeah, anyway, so we went to Notre Dame High School. There's a huge football field behind the school, and our bus stop was on not
across the street from
like
that.
across the street of that. So it was spring, it was very wet, and Sapphira had these terrible, I don't even think they were Ugg boots, but they were
They
like
were from
they're cheap,
Ardene's.
yeah. The cheap Ugg boots.
No
And
support, no nothing, just
no support, nothing. And like
straight trash.
So, so like her ankles are already slouched.
Stupidest boots in the whole world. She didn't make it.
Her feet were already slouched.
The stupidest boots in the whole universe.
I had made it to the bus stop, and I was
There it is.
watching her because she was running across the field because the bus was coming, but the ground was.
Yeah, I thought you would too, because it's not that funny if you think about it. But
It was from my perspective because I'm standing at the bus stop and she wipes hard. Her boots just went whoop. I'm like, oh shoot, and I'm still standing at the bus stop. And she gets
how
up.
she got so far ahead of me, I'll never know. Because we were at the
We
same
always walked
spot.
together. Yeah, I don't even understand it. It was just for my delight, I guess. I don't know. But she wipes and then she stands up and she starts running again.
The bus was there. I didn't want to miss it.
She wiped out again. And I almost peed my pants at the bus stop because she got up a third time and she wiped out again.
I'm nothing if not determined.
The whole ground was like soup. It was wet.
Yeah.
And sloppy and slippery and her boots did nothing
Had
for
no
her.
grip.
And they just, I guess, went with the water. So I literally
By the third time, I was drenched.
she was done. Her
Like,
pants
soaked.
were wet. And I'm like, come on, Sapphira, let's go. And
I
so
stood there and I was like,
I am not coming.
Not
So
getting on the bus. We're walking home.
I had to walk back across and we went around the school and walked home, which
Yeah.
we lived close, so
Yeah.
it was fine. But I almost peed my pants. I did okay. I'm okay at the end now. But like I have that memory in my head forever because I honestly can see it now in my brain of
That's so
how she
stupid.
fell. And it was one of the greatest moments ever. Not for her, obviously.
I'm trying to think
But I don't, like I'm saying, like, I don't think you have something like that of me.
on you. No.
Like there hasn't been something that's happened to me where it's like you were crying laughing
Yeah.
at me. Cause I don't know. I've
There's
had
so many things.
emotional damage.
I'm trying to unlock.
Physical.
Yeah. I was fine. It was fine.
You've fractured your wrist, like you've broken your collar. She's broken like
I've broken my
many
collarbone.
things,
I've fractured
I've never
my
broken
wrist.
anything.
I've like fractured my tailbone a handful of times. That is probably the worst injury. I've sprained my ankle so many times. I have had a lot of injuries.
Yeah, like you've had a lot.
I'm a comedic genius in the physical area. No.
So funny.
I'm trying to think of some things. We had this pole in the basement in our old house.
Just saying that.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
It's a support beam. Not a pole.
Oh my gosh. No. It was like the copper metal one that was holding up the roof. And it had the holes in it.
Actually, we did dance on it.
Grip our hands.
The support was so great. We literally could grab it and swing our whole body around.
Yeah, like
It was
slung around it, and our legs were off the ground.
It was so
It was super fun. But anyway, all I'm thinking of, oh man, that was just a really bad opener. All I'm thinking of is waking up in the middle of the night to pee or whatever, and you forget that it's there or where it is, and all you hear is dong, and I have walked into that thing so many times when I was going pee, and Mom and Dad would wake up to like one of us crying. Oh, it was so bad.
It was so bad. Oh, there was one story about our brother. And
it's a golden oldie.
It was a gold. Oh my gosh, I have two actually about our brother.
Here we go.
I'll do the first one because
you might be tapping into gold here.
You can say the second one. So, we lived really close to like a 7-Eleven, so we always biked there and stuff.
Oh my gosh, yes.
This one's good. Well, now you built it up.
Oh, sorry. It's really good though.
So Josiah and I went for a bike ride. I don't know how old we were. We weren't
late teens.
Yeah, like we weren't married.
Even I think we may have been dating because Tyler was there. So then early 20s.
So like I think anyway. So Josiah and
old enough to be adults.
Josiah and I go and get on our bikes and stuff, and he has his little backpack or whatever, and we just go get Slurpees. We had no, we didn't buy refillable cups. Anyway, we went to the 7-Eleven, got our Slurpees. I had 2 Slurpees. He had 2 Slurpees. And biking with 2 Slurpees in your hand, it's not really easy. So we literally come back.
Big Slurpees, not little ones.
Because we always get we usually use our refillable cups and then we all just share the Slurpee. But anyway, we are biking home. And Josiah had his, and he starts wobbling a little bit. I was behind him, and I'm kind of watching this happen. I was like, "Oh, you're okay." And he's biking ahead, and so he starts wobbling a little bit more, and then all of the sudden he just jerks to the side because we were slowly turning, and he lost control. He lost balance, and he flew those Slurpees. He threw them. They were gone, and I had to I pulled over like a car. I literally had to stop. I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" And he just sat up and was like, "Oh man."
Just the most nonchalant answer
about the Slurpees that he lost. And we didn't go back. We could have just gone back and got new Slurpees, but we just
waste of $2.
We just went home and defeated. And I actually think he had taquitos or something in his backpack, and he had landed on them and squished them in the backpack too. And so I gave him one of my Slurpees, and I was crying. I could not handle it because it was so funny riding back home, and he was just all distraught because he lost his Slurpees.
I just thought of one. Remember the other Josiah one, but I just thought of one when we were in Bible college, and we had such a great time in Bible college with our group of friends.
I think I know which
one. And we'd always prank each other or just hang out all the time and whatever. And so
we pranked all the time.
Yeah. So
our dean was crazy.
Yeah. So one of the nights, I don't know how it started, but there was this war against us and a couple guys.
Yeah.
So I think there was 3 of us. Yeah. I think Maddie was with us, and it was against I think 3 or 4 guys. Yeah. And so anyway, I
think it was just Jordan and Brayden.
Maybe
just the 2 of them.
Maybe because they lived together at the time.
Yeah.
But they threw noodles on our car when we were driving home one night.
Pasta noodles.
Yeah, I think that's actually how it started. Is they threw noodles at us on our car in the winter. So they kind of stuck to our vehicle,
Yeah.
which was annoying. So we followed them home and we're like, what are we going to do? And Maddie's like, she's like, I have pasta sauce from the conference left over. Let's go and like dump it on their vehicles. And I was like, okay.
Intense.
So we go and do that, and we are like trying to be sneaky about it. So we just let the boys go ahead home, and then we follow them,
Yeah.
and we pull into their clothes, and it's winter out. It's sheer ice on the roads. There's snow everywhere. It's cold. Everything is freezing to everything. And so Maddie takes the things. You and I are left in the car, and we're watching her walk across the parking lot or like the walkway, and she goes and dumps both of their vehicles all over. And I think she had mustard and ketchup too. So she did one of the mustard and ketchup and then one of the pasta sauce. And then the boys,
I think you and I were too scared to
We
actually
were
like
so
go commit the
scared.
crime.
and so the boys were like on guard, and so they were watching us. So they caught Maddie doing this, and she was like just finishing up messing up the cars, and we locked our doors. And we didn't let her back in because the boys were coming, and they like grabbed. She was running around our vehicle, and we're screaming inside the car because the guys are there and they're gonna grab her. Yeah. She would stop at every door and be like, let me in. And then we're like, no, the boys are there. We can't let them in the car.
Think we drove ahead a little bit,
Well,
and
we
she
tried
ran again, and then she got in eventually.
We tried to turn around though because we were going forward and back because there was cars and it was slippery, and the boys were like grabbing Maddie and like holding her hostage. Anyway, she ended up getting back in the car, and then we sped out of there as fast as we could.
Fun.
But yes, that was like a series of pranks that started, and it was terrifying, but it was so much fun.
So great.
But the Josiah one, we have to tell that one. You can start with the Josiah one.
There is another Josiah story. Josiah also seemed, more than you, he was the butt of the joke a lot. And I mean, Josiah is the most chill, laid back person you'll ever meet. And not a lot fazed him in his life, which is a great quality to have. Anyway, one of these instances, like he had a list of chores from our parents and stuff. And one of them was that one of the chores that he had from our parents was that he needed to mow the lawn before our parents came back home. And we were just chilling on the couch watching a movie or whatever, and all of a sudden our parents are back, and I was like, oh shoot, like I didn't mow the lawn. So he jumps off the couch, like literally leaps up like this and falls. And we didn't think much of it at the time. And then he just ran upstairs. And apparently he was crying, but we didn't notice. And then mom comes in and she is like, what happened? Where's Josiah? And we're like, oh, I don't know. He ran upstairs. And she goes upstairs and she's like, he's crying. What happened? And we're like, what? He's
We
crying.
don't know.
Yeah, we're like, why is he crying? He was supposed to like, and apparently, so what had happened was that he jumped off the couch, apparently landed on his lips.
On his face.
And his tooth had pushed back a little bit.
Yeah, like he pushed it back into place properly. But it poked enough that it like hurt his lips.
But, so like we actually were trying to piece together, how do you jump off the couch and you don't have the reaction to put your hands out? Because his lips got so fat, he literally looked like a duck. Like Sapphire and I could not look at him.
He wasn't like a normally smiley kind of guy, so he would just stand in the living room or the kitchen, and his lip was out to here,
so big,
and his face was just like,
and we could not look at him without laughing.
No,
and our mom was always like, "Stop it!" And we were just like, "Look at his face."
Yeah, it was too much.
But like the whole story behind it was like, you jumped off the couch
you
and
fell
you
on your face.
Like,
how does that happen?
So anyway, that was so funny.
Let's wrap it up. I think that's the best we can do with what we have right now for the memories. There's so much more that you can dive into in funny memories, but it's so hard to unlock them. But
I think once you get going though, like it's easy, like
they start to come back.
They start to come back.
Yeah.
You start thinking about different things, and it's fine though.
Tonight hopefully you found one thing funny that we were talking about.
Or you just enjoyed watching us laugh about remembering our life.
About stupid things. Anyway. Remember to like and subscribe. Hop on my YouTube channel, Our Epic Life, for more family fun, more twin talk, all the things. Peace out.